Welcome to the Wish You Were Beer podcast. I'm Martin Murphy. This is Mike Pitzer's. We have 6 beers for you today. We made a make your own 6-pack. We're going to review each one and talk about some nerdy stuff, talk about some normal stuff. Hopefully it's interesting. We kind of have huge news as well.
Yeah.
As of the last episode 17, we are now on iTunes.
And Google Play.
It's
awesome.
And maybe Spotify, figuring that one out still.
Yeah.
And we are also on Pocket Casts, which is a big podcast app on iPhone and Android. So yeah, that's big news.
We're up there.
Yeah. I want to explain just a little bit about how that's going to work.
Go ahead.
So getting used to not being able to have dead air.
Yeah, we need to keep things rolling. At least vocally, where like somebody's pouring a beer, we've got to be saying something during that time. And
right. So episode 17 was the first episode to go up on iTunes. The prior episodes will not go up on iTunes because the way our hosting works, we can basically upload 4 episodes a month.
Okay.
So that's perfect for what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't take one of those episodes and use it to upload the older ones, So it's going to be episode 17 and forward. So this is episode 18.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
We are searchable now. There's like a 2-day wait before you're like searchable, but
okay.
Search Wish You Were Beer podcast and you can subscribe and like and
when you
leave a
told
comment.
me that we were up on iTunes, I searched it immediately and all I did was search Wish You Were Beer and we were the first thing to show up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't have an iPhone, so I can't search. That's just what I was told.
Well, and you maybe can check out the Google Play stuff because I can't.
Yeah,
search
we are
the
on
Google
Play.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
let's get into it.
Dive right in.
Sure.
All right. Hang on. Let's get. You know what? Screw it.
All right. What did we screw in? Oh, okay. Sweet.
Hang on.
This is gonna be tough.
Okay. This is Iron Flamingo's Sweet Potato Stout.
Mm-hmm. So this is our 3rd sweet potato stout.
Yes.
2nd on the episode, but this will be the 3rd sweet potato stout you and I have tried.
Right.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whenever really I see one, I get it because we like the taste.
It's always like pretty good.
Yep.
I think we had one where it was like a little too sweet. I can't remember.
First one?
It was either the first one or the second one.
Sweet Magnolia or something like that. Was the first
I don't know.
I like that one
this stout is brewed with sweet potatoes and lactose, milk sugar, in case you didn't know. The sweet potatoes provide the background to the impressive taste, which is enhanced by flavors of roasted chocolate, coffee, and caramel.
All right.
This is Iron Flamingo Brewery. They are in Corning, New York, which is not too far from us.
No. And I see a 6.1% alcohol content on the back.
Yep, 6.1%.
All right, so starting out low.
Low.
Oh, it goes. It fell through
right down the
table.
crack. All right, here we go.
Mike's pouring. It's very dark.
Yeah.
That is, and it looks thick too. It looks almost like syrup.
I didn't pour as hard as I should have.
It's okay. I've been doing that now, and I felt better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good.
I don't feel so bloated. Ooh, you took a lot more.
That's
okay.
All right, beer number 1.
All right, so that's kind of like coffee-ish to me.
Yeah, I'm getting coffee. I'm getting a little bit of the milk. Not much sweet potato.
No, not a lot of sweet potato. Maybe it's not coffee as much as it's like a kind of an earthy taste. Or an earthy, chocolatey taste, and I'm getting. You said there was lactose, right?
Yeah. The sweetness.
I'm getting a lot of the lactose.
Yeah.
It
is sort of like a dark chocolatey. Yeah, I mean it's pretty good. It's
creamy.
Honestly,
not a whole lot of carbonation.
I wouldn't label it a sweet potato stout.
That first one we had at Now and Later was
a sweet potato
like
stout.
having a sweet potato French fry.
Yeah, it was very good.
So. Actually, I can kind of smell it on my breath more.
Hang on.
Maybe it's your breath. But I smell it. Like it's in the air right now. And the smell is more kind of sweet potato than the beer is. Yeah. It's interesting.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting that. Okay, well, we are going to dive right into my topic.
Yes.
And I sort of like was looking for a topic, and then I opened my phone and opened up Snapchat, and I was like, I've got my topic.
Okay.
It's going to be about social media and the different
Interesting.
kinds of social media there is.
Okay.
And I kind of wanted to talk about like sort of how all these came to life ish. And I don't know what maybe what your favorite social media is and what mine is, and we can go into that. So I wanted to say, Martin, how young were you when you joined Facebook, or old?
Does it have to be Facebook, or is it like first?
What was your first social media and
My
what
first
age?
social media was Neopets. No, I'm kidding. But that kind of was all of our first taste of it.
Yeah, some sort of
thing.
something. Yeah, something like that.
No, my first like proper social media platform would have been MySpace, and I joined that in, was it middle school? Yeah, it must have been middle school. Yeah, middle school, and I remember like posting to the bulletin and making your top 5 friends or whatever.
Yeah.
Having it change all the time, and then that starting some drama. And then I quickly moved to Facebook. I think I was one of the last ones on MySpace because my parents were like worried about it.
Yeah.
Because remember there was all that news online about predators and stuff being on there.
Yep.
And so I was kind of late to the game, and I think I remember using it for maybe like a year before like Facebook started getting really, really popular.
Right.
And then, everyone switched to Facebook.
Yeah.
So what about you?
I think I was in 6th or 7th grade, and I joined MySpace like you did.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on MySpace for a little while. 7th or 8th grade is when I got onto Facebook, so there was maybe half a year to a year in between the two. I thought MySpace was boring and Facebook was a lot cooler. I think everybody had Facebook when I joined.
Yeah.
So like it was that point in time where everybody was getting it, and I was just kind of like, yeah, I guess I'll join.
Yeah, sure. I remember MySpace having all those customization things where you could actually put HTML on your page.
Oh, yeah.
And so you'd there would be these websites that had like MIDI tunes, MIDI tunes that you could download for like your favorite songs, and then
you would like open
link
up
it to your page.
Yeah. Somebody would open your Facebook page and that would play.
Yeah, you could change your background or have a cool cursor.
Yeah, you could change the whole thing. Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I did like that about it. But
then I remember going to Facebook and it was like no customization.
Yeah. But let's go to the current. What is your current favorite?
That would have to be
media?
Twitter.
Twitter?
Yep.
Yeah.
I love Twitter. I really do. My favorite thing about it is how live it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of I think it's probably the most live in real time platform.
Right.
I guess besides like Instagram, you can live stream now, and Snapchat
too.
You can.
So Snapchat, you just take it, you post it to your story, and everybody can see it immediately.
Besides apps that are like literally live streaming, and that's like the most real time you can get.
Yeah.
Because I don't like live streaming myself. I don't like doing that. Twitter is the most live. When something happens, you can put a tweet out within seconds.
Yeah, and they're so short. Yeah. It's like, done.
All breaking news now happens on Twitter.
Yep.
All typically, if a news site is breaking some news, it'll be on Twitter before you can get to your TV and watch it.
Right.
Because that's on a schedule. Or news is just breaking from people, regular users of it.
Yeah.
And so I like that portion of it. I like getting news from the people, from like the circles I'm in, and sort of the people that, from the people I follow. So like, I'm into video games, so I follow a lot of video game journalists and developers. So whenever there's video game news, I see it on Twitter first instead of going to IGN or Kotaku or somewhere. So I like how immediate it is, and there's no wall between you and what's going on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's so easy to use. The thing I hate most about it is when people try to use it the wrong way, and they try to put like their what's the word? when someone like writes a story about their memoirs sort of thing. When they
Ah.
try to like put their memoirs on Twitter.
All
And
right.
this is a platform that you're supposed to be able to fit
Yeah.
240 characters on. And like people really complain that like that's not enough characters to write anything substantial, but
That's
the
what it's
point is
supposed
to
to be.
not write anything substantial.
Right.
So
And if it is something substantial, you'll have to squeeze it down because it's
Right.
like that's just how they want it. They
Mhm.
want it to be quick things that go out fast. And
yeah, and so people try to argue and stuff on Twitter, and then they're like 240 characters isn't enough. It was originally for the longest time 140, and they
Mhm.
recently put it up to 240.
Yeah.
They say like only having 240 characters to use is what gets you in trouble and stuff. And it's like, well, no, because that's not what the platform is used for or is
Right.
supposed to be used for.
yeah,
Like something like Facebook or a blog, or Tumblr.
Where you can put a
that's
whole
where
story.
you put
yeah.
pages and pages and pages of something.
Speaking of blogs, we're gonna have a blog.
We are.
Woo! All right. Well, I think my favorite social media, and this kind of happened. It was a big swap for me because I really liked Facebook, and I spent a lot of time on Facebook. But when there was like the presidential campaign going on,
Yeah.
I had to get away from Facebook.
Oh my god. Yeah.
But the thing I went to was Instagram because the thing I liked about Instagram was that nobody posted anything political.
Yeah,
I
because how
could
you-
I
how
could
can you
scroll
do
through
that
my
in a
Instagram
picture?
feed and just see what everybody was
Right,
doing.
you can
and-
post like a flyer of
yeah, but
of
even
some
then, it was
politician.
like, how many
But
people
yeah,
do that?
you
It's
don't.
like, but literally, Facebook was riddled with like shares of this
Mm-hmm.
going on, shares of that. This is what, and then people like ranting about certain things, and it's
Yeah.
like I just couldn't take it anymore. So I just went on to Instagram, and it was like, I like Instagram a lot.
You know, that's another reason why I like Twitter is Facebook seems to be reserved for like you and people you know in real life.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be obviously, but yeah, so like your relatives and your friends in real life, people that you have to associate with and communicate with
Right.
on a daily basis typically or in real life. Where Twitter doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, you can just follow whoever. And Instagram's kind of the same way too, where like there's political
right.
figures.
If you're a
and-
fan of someone, you follow
Yeah,
them
yeah.
on Twitter
Absolutely.
and Instagram, but you don't like friend them on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we can squeeze another segment out of this.
Yeah, you didn't talk too much about it.
Yeah,
I stole
all right.
a lot of that time.
Oh,
so-
that's fine. All right. Well, we'll be back with beer number 2.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We're going to dive into beer number 2, and we're going to finish my topic about social media.
social media.
All right, Martin.
All right, Mike.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So this is my favorite of the night already.
Already.
No, I haven't.
Who cares about what it tastes like?
I went to Branching Out Bottle Shop on my lunch break today
Mhm.
and spent about 10 minutes picking out beer. And this was the last one I picked out. And when I saw it, I didn't even think twice. This is Rohrbach Brewing Company Cookies and Milk Stout
Mmm.
of the Neoteric series. 7.4% alcohol content. Carissa said this one was like really tasty, and it's not like some of those beers that say they taste like something and then just taste like a regular beer.
All right.
So I'm expecting like Ben and Jerry's level
Oh,
flavor.
yeah.
Yeah. The description is this cookie infused milk stout is a grown up spin on your favorite childhood treat. Its specialty malts, cacao, and vanilla will transport you right back to snack time. Full bodied, creamy, and slightly sweet. This specialty stout reminds us that we're never too old for milk and cookies.
Hmm. All right. Where are they from?
It is Rochester.
Ooh, nice. All right.
Yeah. Gotta love that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I forgot to keep talking. Ooh, that it looks dark. Looks pretty thick.
Yeah. It is dark, just as dark as the last one. There's a better head on it, so I'm expecting a little more carbonation than the sweet potato stout. No, that's okay. This is very dark,
Ooh,
actually.
yeah, it is
putting it
very
up,
dark.
Putting it up to the lights, there's nothing coming through, so I think it's
look at the color of the head. The head's
Yep.
more of like an amber.
right.
All right.
Smells tasty.
Cheers.
Beer number 2.
Oh my.
Oh, yeah.
That is good. That is really good.
Ooh, thank you, Carissa. You were not wrong. All right,
Oh,
so
yeah.
let's go through it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's open this one up.
Mm. Yeah, you get like a cookie flavor, like a chocolate chip cookie flavor.
So immediately, the very first taste, and it's almost instantly, you get the beer taste.
Yep.
I get a beer taste right up front, and then you let it settle.
Mm.
You let it settle, and I get the chocolate up front.
Yep.
Or, well, not up front, but second I get the chocolate. Third, I get sort of a creamy, sugary.
Yep, like a milk.
Yeah, and then it settles back into like a stout
Yeah.
taste.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
It's tasty.
it is very tasty.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like it's literally like dipping a cookie into milk and then taking a bite and then drinking a stout.
Yeah. I was going to say the same thing.
That is really good.
Yeah, that is fantastic. I wouldn't say it's quite as tasty as like Ben and Jerry's, but
No.
it's there. Like it's not. We've had so many beers on this podcast that are sound really cool, and then you know what, they taste like a regular
drink
beer.
it and it's like
yeah, that's not this. This tastes exactly like what it says.
Yeah,
which is nice.
Yeah, and that honestly with us hasn't been happening too often.
Right.
There are a couple like generic sort of ones where it's like, okay, yeah, this is a red ale. It's gonna have caramel and
right.
Yeah.
Well, I think the cool thing to do in craft beer is to say something. Mm-hmm. Make a beer that tastes like something and put like the tiniest drop of something in it.
Yeah.
Like almost you have to make people imagine it's in there. Mm-hmm. And it's like, ooh, fancy craft beer. This tastes like, but you know, it just ends up tasting like a regular beer. Like, come on.
Because we've had some pretty out there flavors that where the beer actually tastes like it.
Yeah, there's so many though that it's just a name.
Yeah, where like those ones that aren't prominent to us just kind of blend in. Yep. And like the sweet potato one that we just had, it just like we've had a really good sweet potato stout. So that way, like with this, I'm sure if we've never had a sweet potato stout before, we'd be like, yeah, there's some sweet potato in there. But
we've had a beer with a way more sweet potato.
Yeah, and that like comparatively, it's just like not much.
Ooh, this is tasty.
Oh, I absolutely love it. It's very good.
Yeah.
Doctor. All right. Well, we'll go back into my topic.
Yep.
About social media. And
tell me why. So we didn't go over your favorite, or you said?
Yeah, I said Instagram.
All right. So why do you love it so much, and why is it your favorite, or what do you not like as much about everything else?
So one of the things that I like about Instagram is that, you get to see more of like what's going on, because there's a lot of people that are like on Facebook and they just like type out a gigantic story, where that whole story could just be captured in a picture or a little video. Of like, yeah. I don't know. I just like it. I think it's a lot cooler because I like the visual aspect of it.
Chill.
It is a lot more chill
because you can add text to your picture, you can add a caption, but it's not a platform that you can sort of get on a soapbox with.
Yeah.
Like Facebook, you can freaking get on a soapbox and shout your political views or anything out into the void.
Right.
And people have to listen. They have to scroll by it.
Yeah.
But with Instagram, it's like you can't do that with
people
a picture.
Don't do that. People do more of stuff that's going on in their lives that are like, I think, more important stuff.
It's more happy.
Yeah.
Because on Facebook, someone will write some really depressing stuff because they don't know how to not share things, personal things. They don't have boundaries.
Yeah.
So they share this like really depressing stuff about their lives. But since Instagram requires you to take a picture, like you're not going to take out your phone and take a picture of something extremely depressing.
Yeah. I also think that if somebody does something like that, it's easier to scroll past it.
Yeah.
Because if somebody posts this long story, you kind of want to know where it's going. Where with the picture, it's like, oh yeah, that's a nice picture. You don't even read the description sometimes. You just go by and.
Yeah, and I think naturally people don't take pictures of sad things.
Right.
Or not as much, you know. That's kind of an inherent guard against that stuff. Where if someone's taking a picture of something, it means they probably enjoy this thing. Yeah, and it's kind of a nice thing.
Yeah, and another thing I like about it is that it gives people that like you and Trisha, where you're photographers, it's a nice sort of thing to just toss your stuff onto, and it just put it up, and you're like, yeah, I took this, and this is it.
Yeah, and hashtags.
Yeah, hashtags and
hashtags get me my views on my pictures. If I wanted my friends and family to see my pictures, well, that's easy enough. But I can slap one hashtag that's like hashtag landscape on a photo,
and then anybody who searches that,
hundreds more people see it.
Yeah, so yeah, and I think that kind of thing is really cool. I think it's a great creative, what's the word I'm looking for? Outlet. Yes, it's a great creative outlet for people. Even even outside of pictures and stuff, people who one of the things is that I love voice acting stuff. I absolutely love. I would love to be a voice actor because I just think it's the coolest thing. So people who do stuff like that, it's like you just take a video and it's like, here's me doing this, and that's it.
Yeah,
I just think that's cool.
Oh shoot, I did have something in mind I was going to say. And I think it's not quite as annoying. I kind of feel like I'm harping on the same point over and over again and just saying it differently, but it's not quite as annoying because, to me at least, you could have a friend who posts selfies every single day, 3 selfies a day doing something, but that's not as annoying as your hyper conservative aunt spouting her Trump views.
Yeah.
Same thing with Twitter. The sort of mood and atmosphere on Twitter is a lot more
it's light.
Yeah, let's tell jokes.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or let me share this funny drawing I made.
Yeah.
Because there's just not room for having serious
I think
talks.
And I like that. I sort of like the same thing about Snapchat too.
Yeah,
where Snapchat's just like, here's a silly picture, and then you just
kind of just people
send it to a couple of people. Yeah,
effing around in life.
I love it. And I think
they're taking
great.
a video of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's all good.
Yeah.
Well,
I like it.
I think that can conclude this segment.
Sure.
And we'll be back at you with beer number 3 and Snacksident waiting to happen.
Welcome back. We're going to get into beer number 3 here, and then do Snacksident waiting to happen.
We'll do this.
Yeah. Okay. I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. This is a stark contrast from the other one.
Yeah. It's gonna be light, and it's gonna be whatnot, and yeah.
Yep.
This is New Belgium Citradelic Exotic Lime Ale.
So there is another Citradelic as well, which is an orange ale.
It's the I thought it was like the Clementine IPA.
Same thing.
But this is apparently not an IPA. This is just an exotic lime ale. So, I mean, there's no description needed. Oh, wait, hang on. Description needed. A crisp, refreshing gold ale bursting with juicy Persian lime, freshly ground coriander, and a hint of cracked black pepper.
Whoa. Okay, lime and black pepper.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Excitement.
Yes.
Because I like I like the other Citradelic a lot.
Yeah, and I didn't even know they made this, but I asked Carissa, and she said, yeah, it's seasonal, and they've done it before. But I don't feel like I've seen it. Wow, that's almost green.
Yeah, it's pretty
interesting.
It's pretty light. Wow, green. Holy crap, it's like neon.
It's super duper light.
If I hold it up like this, it looks like an IPA. But when I hold it down here, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
That is like, looking through it, holy crap.
Eric's home.
Yes, Eric's home, so it might get a little bit loud. All right.
Number 3.
Number 3. I keep pouring them a little more than you do. Oh, the smell is odd.
I like it.
It smells more coriander on the...
Yeah. I still have a lot
That's
of
like spicy
in my mouth. I think I need to wait a second.
Ooh, that's kind of nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's super light.
I do get the spicy.
It's very spicy.
It's light. On the front is
it tastes like a lime
taste.
chip.
Yeah.
With like a little black pepper.
Okay. Yeah. I get the lime on the front, but it's not like a fruity kind. It's not the fruity part of a lime. It's like the acidic part of the lime.
Yeah.
The sour part. And then, on the back, it's like this weird kind of tingle on your tongue.
It's like a black pepper. And
yeah, I'm getting it right now.
The smell, I think, is more coriander. I think the smell is extremely, like, almost strictly coriander.
Right.
But
I agree.
The taste itself, I think, is very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, we starting the podcast early.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna go into our snack segment.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm
All right.
starving. I don't know about you, but
I am hungry. So what I have here today is Pringles Loud, super cheesy Italian.
and I think I've had this before.
Yeah,
I think you've even had it before.
I don't think I've had this. I really don't think I've had this.
All right, I'm gonna call it though, because I don't know if for sure I've had it. I swear I have, but it's like a cheesy pasta dish.
All right. I've never had this. I know for a fact that I've never had this.
Yeah, cheesy pasta dish.
Yeah. What's up?
Oh, Eric would like a sniff.
Oh no, he's just gonna take a chip or two. All right. Well, here we go.
Yeah, I've definitely had these. Sorry, podcast listeners, for the chewing. Eric, did you know our podcast is on iTunes now?
I did.
Oh, cool.
And Google Play.
I'm like super behind. I need to catch up.
We're on
Are you back
episode
already or
18.
no? What?
We're on episode 18.
Well, on iTunes, the episodes only start at the last one.
Right.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to back
So
up.
you can start at 17. Doesn't matter.
I was asking if you guys are eventually going to backfill.
Maybe,
No.
but probably not.
The way our hosting works is we can only upload 4 episodes a month. So that's our schedule.
Maybe
So
if there's
we
a
can't
month
really
with
go
three,
backwards.
with 3
Yeah.
Mondays. How?
There might be this next month.
All right.
One of them leap. No, it's not a leap year. It's one of them short ones.
All right.
Also known as February.
I like these.
Yeah.
I definitely have not had them.
Okay.
I would have recognized the taste at least.
So let's try to analyze this. They're very dusty.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of flavor, kind of.
It's a lot of like a Parmesan cheese.
Yep.
And
I'm getting some spices.
it's more of like a tortilla chip.
Mm-hmm.
It says they're grain and vegetable chips, crisps.
I think that's what the Loud is.
Yeah,
Because all of the Loud chips I've had,
I like it
are
a
like
lot.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's exactly kind of what I said. This Parmesan cheese pasta dish.
Yeah. I'm sure this is gonna work well with this.
Mm-mm.
Really?
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I thought you said it isn't. All right, well, I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't really interrupt it at all.
I got more of like a fruity.
Really?
Yeah.
I got a lot of the same taste. Nah, same taste for me.
I still like it a lot. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I like it. I think New Belgium Citradelic, I think you'll be able to find pretty easily at a bar.
Yeah, probably
It's
anywhere.
everywhere. I know the Clementine one is everywhere, and this lime one is seasonal, so I imagine that'll be.
And I'm sure a lot of
Everywhere
those,
as well.
a lot of bars, at least a lot of the bars around here usually have a New Belgium seasonal or like a New Belgium rotator.
Yep.
Um,
So probably be this.
it would probably be that.
The movie theater has New Belgium seasonals.
Yep. Oh my God, just all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good episode so
fan.
far.
Yes, sir.
Usually by now we have something that we're like,
Yeah.
But-
I mean, the sweet potato stout was sort of meh, but
I still enjoy
it
it.
was still good. Yeah.
I'd call this so far so good.
Oh yeah. I think
Well,
that I don't mind having the snack segment being cut a little short.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
Yeah. All right.
Um,
Well, we will go into our beer number 4 and our fantasy topic.
Yes.
All right. Welcome back to the Wizard of Beer podcast. We already have beer number 4 poured because
Fortunately, we lost the footage of the pour.
Yes.
Not a very big deal.
all right. It's honestly, I think it's okay because that means that there's going to be less dead air.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is the Ellicottville Ski Bum, and I was excited about this one because we love Ellicottville. I
Yep.
don't think we've had anything bad from them. This is a seasonal ale with auburn color. It is crisp and hoppy, 6% alcohol content. There is no description of it, so we'll have to make one.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Beer number 4.
Also, when we recorded before, you said it was an auburn color, and when you poured
Yeah.
it, I went, I wasn't expecting it to be that dark.
I didn't put that together.
I didn't either until
That's
just
funny.
now.
Oh, it is hoppy, but it is crisp. It's kind of refreshing.
Yeah, it's not too hoppy. Because sometimes you get those beers that are like so hoppy, and it's
Right.
like the aftertaste is just continuously just like blah, blah, blah.
So I think that the crispness comes from the carbonation. This is a hoppy beer that is fairly carbonated. And yeah, that crisp, refreshing kind of taste comes in there.
Yeah, as it goes, you know, the hoppiness, the aftertaste, I think is really bitter. I'm not a
Yep.
huge fan of the aftertaste.
No,
just-
and it builds up.
Yeah, if you let it sit for a while, it does build up a lot. I like the taste up front and just after.
Yeah.
But the aftertaste.
If I didn't have that bitter on the aftertaste, then I'd probably love this. But
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't mind it, though.
I like the color of it.
I don't
It
mind
looks almost maybe it's because I've got the bottom, but mine looks like it's got some sediment all in it.
No sediment here.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of sediment.
I have a lot of bubbles.
Ah.
Oh, wait, no, that is sediment. Never mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot, too. Okay.
Yeah, look at mine.
Oh, you have way more.
Yeah.
All right.
The bottom of the beer.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it though. It's nice on the front.
Yeah, that bitterness I don't think is too much to deal with.
Yeah.
Just more than we'd like. So, Mike, you wanted to ask me some questions about the campaign.
I did. And this will just be stuff that sort of gives me like a guidance point of like, because I don't want to just toss what my brain is giving me and that at you guys, because you guys might not enjoy what's going on with that.
Okay.
But so I'm gonna ask you all individually at some point. But I'll just ask you here and now because it would be fun just to talk about.
Yeah, sure.
I want to know what it is that you want out of the campaign. If you're
What I
looking for
want
something
out of the
specific.
campaign. All right. So I think this is my second campaign.
Mhm.
And the first one didn't go very long.
Yep.
And so I think what I'd like out of this campaign is getting into some of the higher level D&D stuff, learning that, because the first campaign we did, or no, this is the third. The second one we only had like 2 sessions of.
No, the first one we only had like 2 sessions of.
Oh, the second one, which one was the
This-
magic one? Second one?
The magic one was the second one. Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
Um,
just like went off the rails because it was like I was making the world myself, and then I realized that was like a ton of work. So I was like, let's go into this like magic thing that they like Magic the Gathering. They made like a wizards made a book type thing of here's like this magic world and everything like that. And so I went to that, but then I had to realize I realized I had to make it transition into that somehow, and then it just kind of went off the rails. So
Yeah, so I haven't gotten too far beyond like character creation and some like minor battles that you know, and so I'd like to get into more complicated battles, get a higher character level because I haven't really gone above 5.
that's partially the reason why I started you guys at 5 is because I like the higher level stuff
Yeah,
too.
it just makes it more fun.
And also the fact that I'm gonna do like a sort of like a quest progressed level up system
Okay.
where it's gonna be like I'm just gonna tell you when you level up. We're not gonna keep track of experience or anything like that, which is sort of how we did it before.
Right.
Um,
I've been watching a lot of Critical Role.
did you?
Yeah, because they started a new campaign.
I started the first episode.
Okay. Critical Role is a D&D podcast where they pretty much play out a campaign. The cool thing about it is it features the best video game voice actors in the business.
Yeah.
And so they do this really awesome,
And they're all
these
like
really
really
awesome
close friends
yeah.
too. And
They do these really awesome role-playing voices, and they really get into their characters and stuff. And
I think that's
it's a real treat to watch.
that's a great thing to watch when you're trying to get into D&D.
Yeah,
because
so-
it shows you like this is sort of the thing that I could do.
Yeah.
You know, like it doesn't matter. One of the guy players is playing a female goblin
Oh, yeah, it's
right
awesome.
now.
It's so funny.
So it's like there's literally no limits.
It's so funny.
You know?
So I've been learning a lot from that, but it's also made me want to do a bit of role playing in our campaign. So
Yeah. So
I'm sure Eric and Kyle will be fine with that.
Oh yeah, I like to do sort of a 50-50 type thing where it's gonna be it's gonna be we're gonna role play about half the time, we're gonna fight about half the time, you know.
Okay.
Because I like games that are split well like that. And me as a player, I really like games that are like there's a lot of communication going on between the players, which is great. And I also like the idea of when we're in game, almost everything you say is in character. Like almost everything. When you guys are trying to plan out something, I want you guys acting in character.
Okay.
Like
Sure.
in the moment.
I can do that.
And
I have to make a voice.
but if you're trying to like devise stuff during combat, I think that it's okay to just be yourself. But
It's distracting.
yeah,
It takes a lot of focus to stay in the voice and stuff.
yeah, it does. So that also makes it nice to and I think one of the things too is like one of the things that sort of pushes you to do that, like, because just diving into it is really hard, and it does take a lot of focus to make sure that you're staying in character and everything. Like Kyle's been in several campaigns that I've been a part of as well.
Yeah.
So he's very used to it, and those other campaigns are sort of the same way where we're always in character, like almost 100% of the time we're in character.
Okay.
But I wanted to know, do you like sort of like the open world type thing that I'm putting you guys into? Before we had more of like a streamlined.
I like a good balance. I'd like there to be some structure enough that we're not just wasting a session.
Yeah, so that's what I'll have certain things planned for you guys each session that you're probably definitely gonna do.
I like the idea that you don't even know where we're going really.
Yeah.
Like
I have an
we're not.
I have an overarching story. That's what I have. I have this one thing that you guys are trying to accomplish.
Right.
I'm leaving you to the resources of the world, sort of.
What I mean is, like, in our last campaigns we played, I was kind of like constantly looking to you, being like, "Is this what was supposed to happen?" or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I like how in the open world, like, I'm not going to be doing that.
Yeah.
But I still would like enough structure that we're not that like I'm not just spending minutes at a time figuring out what to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that sort of thing also because as a player, you shouldn't look for me and be like, "Are we on the right track?" You should just figure it out. And yeah, that's the sort of thing that I like about more of the open world type games rather than the railroad type stuff, where like a railroad thing is like, you're going this direction, I'm keeping you in this direction, this is your plan, you're gonna follow it. Where the open world stuff is like, I have a thing where it's like, here's your overarching thing, try to get that done, and then I'm putting you into the world and saying, go for it. So yeah, I think that's good. That's all good. It's all good to hear, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great.
Was there a third question or no?
Let's see if there's another one that
there doesn't have to be.
We can fit in. I think that did you like the sort of dungeon that I did before where there was no enemies? It was all riddles and everything like that. I had a full dungeon before of all riddles. Did you enjoy that kind of thing?
Yes, but I am getting a phone call.
Okay.
And she wouldn't be calling me if it wasn't important.
Okay. All right. Well, we will be back for beer number 5. And yeah.
Welcome back to the podcast. We're going to get into beer number 5 and get into my topic, which is going to be just talking about a little more than our D&D campaign. Mike, do you want to talk about our D&D campaign?
We're going to talk a little bit about the D&D campaign. Found Word? A collaboration of, I really don't know how to read this.
Yeah, it's the can is like a crossword puzzle.
It says Regal here. There's nothing there. There's an X there for some reason. Hang on. Hold up.
Oh, it's Stillwater Artisanal.
Is it? Oh, yeah. And Against the Grain. Oh,
we like both of them.
yeah. So Stillwater and Against the Grain. I don't want to try to decipher that.
Okay.
It says malted barley, guava, hops, and yeast are some of the ingredients.
Yeah, I thought this would be an interesting one.
All right. Well, a hoppy lager with pink guava.
Yep.
6% alcohol. All right.
Is your dad?
I think so. That's we've had very bad timing with everybody coming home.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of a head there.
Yeah, a little bit. If you're listening, it's half the cup.
Yeah, it's there's 50% liquid, 50% head. Ooh, look at how thick that looks though.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, look at that head.
Ooh. Must be really carbonated then.
Yep. Well, we probably just let a bunch of it out, so
Yeah, all right.
All right.
Beer number 5.
Ooh, it smells. This smells like a fart kind of beer.
Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah,
think so.
Yeah, a little fart action. I like that a
Ooh,
lot.
That is tasty.
I like that a lot.
All right, for number 1, I don't get a lot of hops.
No.
I get enough hops to give it character.
I'm getting a lot of guava.
Yep, me too. The hops in here are more just because a beer needs to. To me, it seems like a beer has to either have malt or hops or a mix of the two.
Yeah.
And this one was just like, let's do hops. Like it's not enough.
It seems like they were shooting more for the guava.
Yeah.
And then being like, we'll just toss hops in there.
It's not enough to make it hoppy. It's just enough to give it some sort of identity and character.
Yeah. I like that a lot. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, me too. I could drink this over and over again.
I don't think it's super easy to drink.
Yeah, I took a big sip on the second sip, and I got a bit more bitterness, bitter hops. Yep. So for this topic, I'm going to ask Mike about our campaign. Mike asked me some questions about our campaign last topic, so I'm going to flip that around on him.
Alrighty.
Ooh, that's a doggy.
Hi, sweetie.
There's a doggy here. First, that's a dog. If you are listening to the podcast right now, a dog has joined the podcast, and she's now a guest. This is Giada,
She's hanging out.
named after Giada De Laurentiis.
Yep.
She's sniffing the mic. Maybe you heard that.
All right, you go get Daddy. Go get him.
Goodbye, Giada.
All right. Well, you're going to ask me a couple questions.
Yeah. So question 1, similar to a question you asked me, but what do you expect out of a character for your campaign?
Well,
What oh, she's back. Giada's back.
I honestly just want you guys to have a good time. That's my my main goal. Some DMs want to have this story that they tell, and they want everybody to listen to the story, and I just want you guys to have a good time. That's the main reason why I do it. But what I want out of you guys is that you get enveloped in the story, because I just want you guys to be tossed into a world that you're really into. And
all right, well, I'm already into this world.
Yeah, and put into a situation where it's like, yeah, I really want to do this. Like the overarching story of like this guy's going after the artifacts. It's like I want you guys to really want to do that. You know,
already the interesting thing for me is the dichotomy between the. Is there like an actual name for the floating cities and stuff?
they're Skylands.
Skylands, okay. There's a dichotomy between the people on the Skylands and the people on the ground. The people on the ground are sort of like these barbarian-ish kind of people.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Sort of outside of the cities that are all walled up and everything.
I did have a second question. Let me think for a second. Take a sip of beer, fill some air.
This is a good beer. I do like it.
Yes, it is. I like it too. I think if you when you keep it in the front of your mouth,
It's just going away though.
all right. when you keep the beer at the front of your mouth, you don't get the bitter.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then once you swallow it, there's a little bit.
Ooh, I remember my question.
Okay.
What kind of battles are we going to be facing? Like based on our team outlook and the specification of our team, the makeup of our team is what I'm trying to say. How are the battles going to be? Are you focusing more on like, do we need to brute force through these things, or do we need to be a bit smarter about the battles?
So the nice thing about you guys is that you have an archer, you have a spellcaster, and you have a tank. It's a very like balanced group. You're sort of a spellcaster.
Okay.
When you're outside of your wild shape, that's going to be
one of those is me.
Yeah. Because Kyle is the artificer with the armor suit and everything like that, and Eric's going to be shooting arrows at people all the time. So the nice thing about that is that I can do anything. I don't have to worry about, do I have to put a lot of ranged people in this because you guys are really good against melee people. Okay. I don't have to worry about sort of stuff like that. I'm sorry, what was the question?
It was like, how are you making the battles for our team? What should we expect?
So because you guys are so balanced, you can really expect anything. I liked the fact that I put you guys at level 5 because I just tossed you against two dragon wormlings right off the bat. And what I marked down was that when one of them dies, the other one will flee. And honestly, like, you can expect a lot of stuff like that where I'm going to put you against two very hard things. And maybe if one of them dies, the other one will like run away or... but also I might put you up against two things that seem really hard but that aren't actually as hard as the other ones. Because I think red dragon wormlings are like CR4 or something, which is two CR4 monsters is a pretty good match against you guys. That was supposed to be easy, just as your like introduction to the game and the world and whatnot. But now that you guys are on the ground, you might run into a couple of people that won't take well to you. Okay. So you might face a couple of other characters. You might face a couple of gigantic monsters that, I am not. I'm not a stranger to putting you guys into a situation that you should run away from. Okay. So that's something to keep in mind, is that all battles are not meant to be fought. So that's a good thing to think about for you guys, is that sometimes when you go to an area, I've got that area planned out to be like, maybe you'll come back here and then there's going to be some bigger stuff for there. But if you guys go there, it's going to be one of those things where it's like, here's a giant monster. Do you guys want to fight it or run away? And sometimes the better answer is run away.
Interesting.
But that also comes from like, the right kind of checks, the right kind of stuff where maybe you, especially your druid character, will know how dangerous this specific monster is. Yeah, because I have knowledge of monsters. So when you go into a fight and you're like, can I inspect that monster? Like, what's the deal with this guy? And I'll be like, yeah, it's a huge guy that he's really powerful compared to you guys. You guys would be like, well, let's get out of here.
All right, good to know.
Yeah.
I like that because it makes the game more nuanced versus just here's a battle.
And like a lot of RPGs, you could wander into an area that is too high level for you.
Yeah, and then you're like, no thanks, run out.
Yeah, and you run away. Yeah. Right. And you could end up being put into a very dangerous situation where one of you could die.
Is exploration going to have a big part in this campaign?
I think so.
Because it's open world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea of going somewhere we shouldn't go.
Some of the things are going to be like, you're going to go to a town and you're going to hear that there's somebody in the wild that knows about these artifacts that you're going for. And you've got to find their house or something like that. So it's like, that it's in this general area. You don't know specifically where it is. So you're going to have to walk around for a little while in a very dangerous area.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we got time for one more if you have another question.
No, I'd like to spin it into the next half.
Cool.
All right. We'll be back with beer number 6, finish up my topic, and then do the closeout after that.
All righty. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get ready to rumble.
I was going for the announcer kind of. All right, we're going to dive into beer number 6. and then finish Martin's topic. So
Okay.
here you are, my friend.
So I am beering. This is Raspberry Blush by McKellar, and I love McKellar.
I like McKellar a lot
McKellar
too.
has one of my favorite beers ever.
Yes,
McKellar
sir.
Nexus Ranger. 4% alcohol content, Berliner style Weiss beer brewed with raspberries and coffee, which I thought was a very interesting combination, and I have not had before. That is the most description we get, so let's get right into it. Pop that cap.
Let's do it. Ooh, I like the color.
That is an awesome color. It's a light pink, almost like a rosé wine.
Yeah.
And the head is pink as well.
All right.
Oh, I took a ton. I'm sorry.
Yeah, whatever.
Transparency. There's some light getting through it, but it's not. It's cloudy.
I like that little art there.
Yeah,
McKellar has like that certain art style.
they have like this cartoony style
Yeah,
to their
yeah,
cans.
yeah.
There's some color getting in through it, but it's not transparent like an ale. It's cloudy. But yeah, light pink like a rosé.
Yeah.
Smells weird.
I like that smell. Ooh, it's even sour.
Ooh, I'm getting... Wow. That is weird. I'm getting coffee and raspberry. Coffee was right
I'm
on
just
the
getting
front.
raspberry.
Really?
I'm getting so much raspberry that this is like a sour beer.
I'm getting a little sour, but there's a coffee taste to it.
I'm not getting it.
Really?
I'm not getting it at all. I'm just getting raspberry.
I definitely get the sourness in the back of it, but there's definitely a slight coffee taste
I get
mixed
the
with the raspberry.
I smell coffee
Yeah.
in it, but I don't taste it.
Yeah.
This could just be a raspberry sour to me.
I'm definitely getting a little coffee. And what might help is that I've got a chocolate raspberry coffee that I've been drinking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So,
You also got the bottom of the bottom of the can. God,
I think this is very good. I think it's spot on.
I like it a lot. All right. So I have two more questions for Mike about our D&D campaign.
Okay.
This might be a shorter segment, but that's fine.
okay. That's totally fine.
So these two questions have to deal with the world. First, I want to know, what is the main race of the lands on the ground?
Sort of on the ground or in the...
On the ground.
Okay,
Just
on the ground.
So
is
mostly humans.
on the ground is very mixed.
Okay.
You'll find a little bit of everything in certain sections.
'Cause I know I came from a wood elf clan or tribe
Right.
or whatever you would call it.
If you go into the forest, you might find more of like the wood elves or like the half elf type stuff. But on the ground, like in the mountains, you might find some dwarfs. You might find some rock gnomes.
Okay.
Sort of typical of a regular D&D type thing of like, here's what you normally find of people. But like in the Skylands, I think it's more mixed than ever because you won't find like a specific race in a
That's
specific
like
area.
civilization.
Yeah. You will find a whole lot of everything in all the Skylands. You won't really find like a primarily dwarf Skyland. You'll find a very mixed.
Okay.
There's some dwarfs, there's some halflings, blah blah blah, in the Skylands. On the ground, you will find like more of the traditional dwarfs are in the mountains and forest gnomes and rock gnomes, elves, high elves, and yeah. I think that that's the races are very spread out. On the ground is more of the traditional, and up in the air is more mixed.
Okay. Interesting. What about the landscape of the ground? Is it... Well, we landed in an area that is sort of like a forest and with mountains sort of area. Is that...
You landed
continuous
more
through
in
the
like
entire-
a plains type
plains.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there like deserts and forests and grasslands, or
well,
is
it
it all
depends on the
sort of similar?
continent. The continent you're in right now is like there's a whole lot of plains type stuff, and there's some forests and mountains, and
Okay.
right now you guys landed right in like the general plains area of like just flat land, nothing's going on. You look one direction, there's some mountains. You look the other direction, there's a sea.
Okay.
But as you go from continent to continent, there are some continents that are more towards like the poles of the world that are icy
Okay.
and yeah.
All right. Well, That's pretty much all I had.
That's all right. You want to talk about the beer a little bit?
Yeah, we can talk about it more. I feel like maybe we didn't describe it very well. It's carbonated. This is probably the most carbonated beer of the night.
Yeah, and it's very light.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, man, I'm getting coffee. I'm getting coffee and raspberry. It's
I get the smallest amount.
It is a very light coffee.
I haven't taken a sip while we went through the whole topic.
It's like a light roast. It's not like a dark roast.
Yeah, taking another sip, I do taste it. But it's the smallest amount. It's a hint.
If you breathe
I
in
coulda
while you
used
drink
more.
it, you get a little more.
I could have used more.
Yeah, a little more coffee.
That would have been a cool taste.
I'm getting less sour now that I'm drinking it again.
Okay. I still get a ton of sour.
Oh, yeah? All right.
It's so weird. This is more sour than a lot of some
sours that we've
beers
had
we
are
have.
not sour at all.
And they don't mention it at all.
And I think that's more of just the raspberry
Yeah, that's interesting.
type thing. Yeah, I think it's very good. I really like it.
I do too. Again, the color is a nice pink, like a
like
rosé wine.
Yeah.
It's cloudy.
It's hard to see.
Do you have any sediment?
I don't have any.
Okay, I don't have any either.
It is cloudy though. It's not
definitely
like
cloudy.
it's not like clear.
Not like an ale. Ales are typically clear.
Like a rosé would be this color, but it would be kind of clear.
Yeah. Right.
Where this is more of like a cloudy rosé color.
There's
It looks more red on the video than it does
right.
pink.
There's a good head because of that carbonation,
Yeah.
and the head is even pink. That tells you how pink the color is.
Yeah. The head looks more white comparatively.
Comparatively, but if you look down at it,
Yeah, it does
It's
look more
pink.
pink. Yeah.
it's pink.
But that might be the color of the beer itself shining through.
I don't know. I think that's pink foam.
Yeah, maybe.
I
Because
don't
if you look at it sideways, it looks almost entirely white.
Yeah, true. All right. Well, I think that'll do it for this topic.
All right.
We'll come back and with no more beers,
Yeah.
and we'll pick our favorite and our runner-up of the night.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we'll be back.
Welcome back. We're gonna pick out our favorite of the night and our runner-up. Mike, would you like to go first?
I think this one's pretty obvious.
Okay.
I think between the two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So our favorite is going to be Cookies and Milk Stout by Rohrbach Brewing Company.
It was just exactly what it said it was.
Yep. I feel like it's been way too long since we've had a dessert beer that was like exactly what
Right.
was described.
It wasn't just like a beery, alcohol-y type thing.
Yeah.
This is my runner-up, though.
Okay.
The McKellar.
I think my runner-up might be the
I
New
did like
Belgium
that.
Lime Citradelic.
So I think that these three out of the batch are the ones that were almost exactly what they said they were.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
This one was
Dropped
lime, coriander, black pepper. I got all of those.
I thought it was a very cool combination because I did get the black pepper on the back. It was a slight bite.
Yeah.
And also, I like the Citradelic Clementine a lot, so I was just happy to see there was something else in the Citradelic
I've seen this before.
series.
I've never had it, though.
Okay, I've never even seen it before.
Raspberries and coffee. Got very slight coffee.
Yeah, I did
Big
like that
raspberry
one.
flavor. Very
I did
good.
like that one. I'd drink it again.
And this was just insane. That was absolutely insane. It was almost an entire chocolate chip cookie flavor balanced out by like literally a milk flavor. It was literally cookies and milk.
Yeah, right. This could have been Ben and Jerry's winter beer
could have been
this year.
if they did one.
Yeah.
It's very sad
I know.
that we kept checking up on it, and it's like, well, I don't think they're doing it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's a solid episode right there.
Yeah, that's episode 18.
Yeah. All right. Well, now that we're on iTunes and Google Play and
Please,
all those other stuff, check
Give
us
us a
out.
review. Give us 5 stars or whatever
Yes.
iTunes uses to rate podcasts. I believe
think
it's
it's-
5 stars.
yeah, 5
You can
stars.
give a review also. Please do that.
Yeah. If you leave us reviews, comments, any sort of stuff to help us out, we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Really anything, you know. Subscribe on YouTube and, follow us on all of our social medias that I need to start doing more of every time I say this. All right. Well, I think that's it.
Yeah. All right. Good night.
Good night, everybody.